As educators, it is our duty to work towards closing the achievement gap in the classroom. Currently, every school faces an achievement gap or an inequality of educational measures between groups of students, most frequently defined by the socioeconomic status, ethnicity, race, or gender. To close this achievement gap, we need to keep smaller class sizes, encourage all students to enroll in high-track classes, keep segregation out of the classroom, and encourage all students to attend and graduate from college. According to Jay Borg in his article, Closing the Achievement Gap Between High-Poverty Schools and Low-Poverty Schools, investing in smaller class size may make a difference in the ability of good teachers to be effective. In today's schools, many teachers have over 30 students in their class. With this many students in the classroom, teachers do not have the time to form personal bonds with the students that will change the student's self-image. Jay Borg proved that students with better student-teacher relationships and better self-image have higher test scores than those without the relationships and self-image through his Tennessee Student-Teacher Achievement Ratio experiment. For this to take effect in the classroom, schools need to hire a larger number of teachers to decrease class size. From there, teachers will have more time to better relate with their students, helping close the achievement gap.
According to Carol Corbett-Burry in her article, Closing the Achievement Gap by Detracking, some believe that the solution to closing the achievement gap is to encourage more minority students to take high-track classes. In today's classroom, the majority of students in high-track classes are Caucasians, and minority students are left in lower-track classes with low self-esteem. We need to encourage more minority students to be in those high-track classes. We can achieve that by testing all students rather than a few to see who has the ability to be put in honors. We can also have after-school tutor programs for students to get into the high-track classes, and for those students who need help during the high-track classes. If more minority students see that they can excel in high-track classes, they will build more confidence in their learning, and that will push towards closing the achievement gap.
For teachers to believe that all students are equal and can have the same achievement, there must be no segregation in the classroom. Betsy Weigel, a fourth-grade teacher in Washington State, in her article, Closing the Achievement Gap One Student at a Time, states that closing the achievement gap is contingent on teachers adopting the mindset that every student in our class is absolutely equal, regardless of their background, family circumstances, academic level, or even their personality. Although this may seem like a given, there are practices being used in most classrooms that are segregating the students. For example, teachers should not place the more talkative or distracted students by themselves, while other students are in groups. Rather than segregating the students, the teacher needs to accept the student's personality and find a more appropriate way to deal with the student's situation. For a step towards closing the achievement gap, all educators must adopt the mindset of equality in students.
Evidence from Jay Borg's article found that in spite of almost 30 years of affirmative action policies in college admissions, African Americans and Hispanics are still underrepresented in college enrollments primarily because they come disproportionately from households with low income and low levels of parent education. Students come from low income households have more of a struggle paying tuition, making scholarships increasingly important. Students must be exposed to the benefits of college early on to encourage each student to want to attend. We can personally help students find and apply for scholarships. By junior year of high school, students should be required to meet with their academic advisor to talk about their future in college. Promoting college, helping the scholarships, and advisor appointments will all give students the confidence and the ability to go to college. Students will be more motivated in the classroom, helping close the achievement gap. Smaller class sizes, encouraging all students to enroll in high-track classes, keeping segregation out of the classroom, encouraging all students to attend and graduate college are all ways we, as educators, can help close the achievement gap. If we implement each of these ideas, the achievement gap in the schools will decrease in the distant future.